Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Dani, aka Dani.Portraits on Instagram, and usually I put out portrait work on Instagram. Today I'm going through an editing breakdown from a picture I just uploaded recently because some of you requested an editing breakdown, so here we go. Let's jump right into the screen recording so I can show you what I've done to the picture. Alright, I start here in Capture One. For those who don't know that program, it's actually another raw processor like Adobe Lightroom, so it also works with Adobe Lightroom, but I like to try out new programs or new stuff, so this is why I ended up with Capture One. This is not something magical or so what I did in here. This is the before and this is after. So what I first do is always dial in my Kelvin or my temperature, which is like that. So I get the skin tone right and also some tint, and then I go down and play with the dynamic range, which is like adding shadows, going down with the highlights or even up for night shots mostly, also playing with the whites and also with the blacks. So this is what I did here in Capture One, adding some contrast and also some saturation, which is vibrancy in Adobe Camera Raw. I didn't touch too much here, just adding some lightness to the skin. This is what I like in Capture One. You can separate the skin tones and play around with the colors. Not a big thing. And then I jump right into Photoshop, so let's do that. Oh yeah, before we moving on this video, I just want to talk about today's sponsor. No, I'm just kidding. But the model we're working on today is Nina, so make sure to check her out on Instagram. The link is in the description. Alright, so this is how my image actually looks like after raw processing. So I started here with a little bit of composition, so I added that smoke here. As you can see, 2 layers of smoke, and this is the original image actually, and this is the other one. So I masked her out here. As you can see, this is the mask, only the smoke. And for the other one, I just masked out the smoke here also to match the whole image, to add some smoke, because I liked that red smoke here, and there was no smoke actually in this shot. Alright, next thing is blemish removal. So here's not a lot of blemish to remove, fortunately. So this is what I did on an empty layer on a normal blending mode, using this spot or the healing brush tool actually, yeah. After that, I just played around with the skin, doing some normal skin retouching here with local and global dodge and burn. Let me blend this in, and you can see I did a lot here because her eyelashes just dropped some shadow here underneath, so I just got rid of that. Also some other nasty shadows going on here, which I really didn't like, so I removed that. After that, I just jumped into contouring, aka global dodge and burn, to emphasize the face, to get more of that 3D look, if you will. So this is all I did for skin. This is before and after so far. And after that, I added some coloring to the whole image, as always. So this is the more interesting part. So I like to start off with a normal base tone layer on the blending mode luminosity, and this is adding some contrast. So let me blend this in real quick. As you can see, the image gets a lot darker because I'm shifting the shadows towards the darker side and also shifting some highlights up, and I leave the midtones just like that. And this adds some more contrast to the whole image. And then I added another second curve for the blue and green tones. Let me blend this in, and this is on color blending mode. This just adds a little bit of coloring here. I just lifted the shadows to add some blues and also some greens in the shadows, and also lifted some highlights here to add those specific tones. This is kind of complicated, so I like to play around with it as a new tool. Then I did an overall selective color layer here using this selective color adjustment, which you can find here or down here on selective color. It's actually down here, the last one. And if I activate it, you're gonna see a lot of teal coming in. Or well, I didn't do too much here, just adding a little bit of teal and also some blues with those dials here, with those sliders. And the next one are yellow and red tones, which I added here around because we have some yellow tones and also red tones in the background and also some reds over here. So if I blend this in, you're gonna see what I did here. Such a subtle change around here. And the last one is also some red adjustments, as you can see here right now, to add some more colors. And this is actually for the coloring part. I did add some more colors at the end, but you will see that we're gonna get there. And then I like to decrease the saturation or the contrast and also the brightness of the background. So I like to mask her out. As you can see here, this is my mask. Whoop. Actually wanted to show you this mask. And then I added a curves layer, pulling down the midtones, and this is the result. You get a much darker background and more separation from her and the background. Then I like to add a LUT. This is actually nothing special, just a 2-strip look from Adobe, which is already built in on an opacity of 13%, and the blending mode is on color. This actually adds some peachy tones in her skin, not that much, just a little bit. And yeah, I know this image is kind of dark, so I'm gonna add the brightness contrast light for you so we can see a little bit more until we get to the end. Right, then I added some fake blush here, which I really like to do in my edits. As you can see, just a subtle amount, not too much. And this one is on a soft light blending mode. And I just painted over with literally wine red color. And then I like to add some artificial lights here because the light is coming from the left top. And as you can see here, if I blend it in, you can see that separation here going on. Also using a mask here so I don't affect her. Alright, let's close this and let's also disable this layer which we just added for more visibility. And after that I just merged all the layers together and added a camera raw adjustment, and this is it. This is how it looks like. We can now disable all the layers here. Let's jump into the camera raw filter. What I did is actually just adding some exposure to make it a little bit brighter. And because I'm on a smart filter or smart layer, I think if you convert it to smart filters, you can go in here every time and just change the settings if you messed up anything. So this is why it's a smart filter. Let's cancel that. And then I cheated with some frequency separation. I think I just adjusted her neck here because I forgot that. Yes, this is what I did. And also some shadows from her hands. As you can see here, I just used frequency separation with 2 layers here with the skin tone and the texture layer. This is the traditional frequency separation way to go, I think. And yeah, this helps a lot here. Also editing her fingers a little bit and get everything smooth. Then I added some background blur, as you can see here, just a subtle amount. And then I made the color pop a little bit more with the camera raw filter. And then I added some additional cyan tones to the background because it was too less colorful for my taste, so added some more teals, as you can see here. And then I added a vibrance layer to make the color pop even more. And this is a merged layer to expand the background with this one. This is the layer. only those two sides to fill in everything. Whoops. Photoshop didn't do a very good job at this part, so I added another empty layer and just cloned this area here and added a curves layer so it gets a little bit darker. Is it already? Did it show up? I don't see it. Oh yeah, okay, now. To blend in everything a little bit better. Okay, this is actually the whole edit, so pretty easy. Pretty fast edit actually, not too much. So this is before and this is the after. My computer just almost burns, that's why it's taking so long sometimes. But that's the whole edit. And if you want to get a more in-depth guide on how I edit images and explain everything in detail, I actually offer an online course or tutorial on my homepage, so check the link in my bio. And I'm also working on a second part. I'm actually done, I just have to do some more adjustments, just some little details which I'm gonna add, and then I release the second part, which you get actually for free if you purchase the first one. So thanks for watching. I hope this was any helpful for you, or entertaining at least, I hope. And yeah, hopefully see you in the next video. See you guys.